Hey guys, welcome back to another video of Quick Freeze's Game Room. Today I'm going to be showing you a collection that I started way before I even started collecting video games. This is my entire comic book collection, and the reason I'm showing you guys this collection is because I was going through all my comics looking for one individual issue, and I figured, hey, this would be kind of a cool, interesting video. Since anyone who's seen my videos or knows me in real person, I am a huge comic book fan. So I just figured it would be really neat if I show these off to anyone who's interested. As you can see, I have 3 huge boxes of comic books. They're just like kind of like random comics from DC, Marvel, Image, anything I could pick up. Right down here I do have some graphic novels. And I actually prefer graphic novels over comic books because I'm not after comic books for the, the price value or how much they're worth. I'm after the stories that are inside these comic books. That's why I kind of prefer graphic novels over comic books, because comic books are a little more fragile and stuff like that, and graphic novels are a lot more durable, and they both tell the same story is what I'm looking for. So I'm more interested in the story than the price value of the comic. But I do have a cool collection of rare comics and interesting comics that I pulled aside right here, and I will show you them as I go along. I'm not going to show you every single comic because this will just be an extremely long video, and I know you guys don't want to see all that. So let's get started. I'm going to show you off the comic books I did pull aside, and I hope you guys enjoy. Okay, first off, I'm going to show you off my graphic novels. Right here is my entire collection of Ultimate X-Men graphic novels. I believe there's about, I don't know, like maybe 25 of these. Right here, this is my entire collection of Ultimate Spider-Man comics. Again, I believe there's something like 29 of these. I don't know, there's so many. But these are the entire series of Ultimate X-Men and Ultimate Spider-Man before they were canceled. They did recently restart this series, so hopefully I'll pick up. I don't have any of those comics, but hopefully I'll pick those up soon. Over here, this is my entire collection of Ultimate Fantastic Four comics. This is not the entire collection of the series, but I stopped collecting after a little while. So. And then right here, I got a few individual graphic novels. This is my first Buffy the Vampire Slayer graphic novel. This is like considered season 8 of the TV show. And then right here, I got the famous Watchmen graphic novel. This is what they made the movie off of. And right here, I got the Kick-Ass comic, or graphic novel. That's what inspired the movie. I got a Harley Quinn graphic novel. Nothing really special about that. And then I got a few Hulk graphic novels. This introduced the whole red versus green Hulk. Cool, I'm a huge Hulk fan. And then right down here, this is one of the most famous graphic novels ever. This is the Death of Superman. Basically, when Superman died, everything in the world just stopped. Nothing happened in the world. It was tragic. There you can see is Superman fighting Doomsday, the person who killed him. Sad. I love this comic. This is my favorite graphic novel, probably. And then the graphic novel to follow that is The World Without Superman. This tells you what happens after Superman has been killed by Doomsday. And then I do have just a random Star Wars Revenge of the Sith comic. Basically, it just follows the movie. And then right here, I have 2 Gen 13 graphic novels. Gen 13 is probably like my favorite superhero group that is not Marvel and not DC. I don't know what it is about Gen 13, but I just love this superhero team. And I also pulled off, these are all my Gen 13 individual comics. I do not have the entire set, but hopefully one day I will. But I just simply love this comic book series. And then right here, right here, these are a bunch of Calvin the Hobbes, not graphic novels, but just kind of collections of different comics. You know, I love Calvin Hobbes. It's a funny comic series that was in the papers. This is just one of the greatest comic strips I've ever read. You know, everything about it, just, I don't know what it is. It's just Calvin. He's so hyper. He's so active, but then he's just so innocent. This is, I don't know, everything about Calvin and Hobbes I love. But yeah, I don't think I have all the the books of Calvin and Hobbes, but I do have, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe like 7 of these. So I love Calvin and Hobbes. But let me show you the comics I did pull aside for you guys. Okay, these are the comics I pulled aside for you guys. Maybe you guys might be interested in. This is the Mega Man series. This is a 4-part series. I actually have all 4 issues of Mega Man. And Mega Man is actually absolutely my favorite video game character of all times. So this right here, this is the Incredible Hulk. This is a special 30th anniversary of the Incredible Hulk. I just simply love this cover with Bruce Banner changing into the Incredible Hulk. I just love this cover. Right here, this is a weird, unique comic. This is Batman versus the Incredible Hulk. And this is a very funny story. Basically, the Joker gets the Incredible Hulk to turn against Batman, basically because they both have green hair. You know, and, you know, Hulk, being not so smart, kind of believes him. There's the Joker right there in the background. But it's just fun and unique. This is Dark Claw #1. This is basically when Marvel and DC started to collide, and they started, like, combining their superheroes. As you can see, you can tell this is basically Wolverine combined with Batman. And you get Dark Claw. And this is actually issue #1 of Dark Claw. Very unique. This one right here, this is the Fantastic Four versus the new Fantastic Four. Obviously, you get the Fantastic Four on one side, and the new Fantastic Four is Spider-Man, Hulk, Ghost Rider, and Wolverine. I pulled that aside because it's kind of unique. And this right here is just like Dark Claw. This is JLX instead of the JLA. This is basically the X-Men combined with the Justice League. You know, as you can tell, there's I would think that'd be Aquaman and Thor, maybe? I can't really tell, but it's just funny and unique. And then right here we got the Aquaman, Return of the King, and this is the 15th anniversary of Aquaman, and issue #1. So issue 1 of Return of the King. Very good. Then we got Ghost Rider. This is issue 1 of The Spirit Reborn. I'm not a huge Ghost Rider fan, but it was just kind of cool to pull off for you guys. And this one's kind of cool. I like this cover. This is Rogue versus Miss Marvel. And if anyone doesn't know who Miss Marvel is, basically she's the person that Rogue got all her powers from. You know, the super strength, the flight, all that stuff. That's who Rogue got all her powers from. And basically she's come back to fight Rogue. And this is Masters of the Universe, issue 1, released back in 2003 or 4. And this is issue 1 of that. I'm a huge He-Man fan. He's like my first superhero that I've ever fallen in love with. So the fact that they remade him as a cartoon in 2003, awesome. This is issue 3. I just kind of pulled this out because I really like, the cover of that. Okay, and then this is a comic just like the Hulk versus Batman. This is Spider-Man versus Superman. Very unique. You don't see DC fighting Marvel superheroes all the time, but this is just very crazy and fun. You never expected Spider-Man ever to fight Superman, so. And then we got right here, this is Transformers issue 1. This is, I think, made in 2005, I think. This is when, they started bringing back all the old 80s cartoons and with a new revision. And this is Wildcats Trilogy, issue 1. I'm not a huge Wildcats fan, never really was, but I just kind of pulled this aside because I kind of like the cover. And these comics right here, these are individual Xena comics. I loved the Xena series back in the day. But yeah, they made these into kind of like a fun, unique comic. Not very entertaining. Well, yeah, they're entertaining, but they're good. And then I pulled this aside. This is Supergirl. And the reason I pulled this aside, anyone recognize the cover? Right, this is just like the same exact cover as when they first introduced Superman in the Action Comics, but instead of Superman, they put Supergirl. So that's the reason I pulled this aside. And I pulled these out because these are my only 2 Power Ranger comics. I did pull these aside because I did like Power Rangers back in the day. So I thought it would just be interesting to pull those out. And then right here I got Meteor Man. Anyone remember this movie? This is just one of those random movies about just a random superhero. But I pulled this out just because I actually have the comic based on that movie. So, and then right here, not only superheroes I collect just random cartoons. I love Felix the Cat. He's one of my favorite cartoon characters of all time. So I figured I'd just pull this out. It's just a bunch of different comic strips. And then right here, this is probably a very unique comic. I don't know if this is rare or not, but this comic was made in 1975. This was before I was even born. It actually even still says 10 cents on the cover there. But Popeye, he's another unique cartoon character I like. Then we got Thundercats. Again, back in 2000, they did a revisioning of all these old 80 cartoons. This is Thundercats issue number 1 of that revisiting. Don't want to pull into an ad, but very cool. I like the art. So, and this right here, this is not the actual comic. This is a reprint comic, so this is not the rare. But this is the first appearance of the Punisher back in the Amazing Spider-Man 129. So this is the comic that first introduced the Punisher. I believe they reprinted this because of the Punisher movie that came out. But yeah, very unique. Yeah, see, there's the Punisher movie on the back advertising it. Very unique. I saw this cover and I absolutely had to get it. This is the Blue Flash. And the reason he's Blue Flash because he has the Blue Lantern ring. So that's the only reason I bought this comic. And these 2 comics, these are Masters of the Universe versus Superman. And these comics came with the action figures of Superman and He-Man. These were the comics that came with that 2-pack. But this is just fun and unique. Whoever thought Superman would fight He-Man for any reason. Who would win? I have no idea. But my guess would have to be maybe Superman. But very unique comics. He-Man versus Superman. Pulled this out. This is the Gotham City Sirens. I absolutely love the team up of Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy. And the fact that they threw Catwoman in there. Very cool. So this is also the first issue. And these, I pull these aside because this is the same comic book. And I only pull these aside because it's actually different art. As you can see, there's Supergirl. Look, see how she looks? And then there's Supergirl. So as you can see, it's the same comic book, but it's just like a different cover. I thought that would be interesting to a few people. So, and these right here, these are Iceman, a 4-part miniseries. This is the newer one, back in 2001, 2002 maybe. But yeah, this is Iceman. He got his own kind of like miniseries. I think he looks really cool like that. No pun intended. And then these are the old Iceman comics. Again, he had a 4-part miniseries. These comics were created in, honestly, I have no idea when these comics were created, but again, these are the older 4-part miniseries of Iceman. Iceman is just also one of my favorite X-Men of all time. But yeah, so I got the 4-part miniseries of the old and new series. And this right here, this is the new Mangaverse Spider-Man. Basically, where it's just Spider-Man with a new, you know, kind of like the Japanese art manga style. Pulled this out just because I like the art, you know, with Spider-Girl and Spider-Man, obviously. So, and then this right here, this is a Toys R Us exclusive replica comic, so it's not really worth anything, but like I said, I don't care about the value. But this is like the comic that introduced Robin for the first time. So, it's an exact, you know, reprinting of that original comic. Very cool, very unique. This I just pulled out because I just kind of like the cover with Wolverine, Cyclops, and Iceman. Simply just love the cover. And then this right here, this is the Silver Surfer with the 50th anniversary of the Silver Surfer. I just kind of like the holographic cover with Thanos in the background. And then this right here, this is when, for some reason, Marvel wanted to fight DC, and they brought all their classic superheroes. This is before they started combining superheroes like Darklaw or the JLX. But as you can see, you got Wolverine fighting like the Flash, you got Captain America with Superman, you got the Hulk with Batman. It's crazy. There's Wonder Woman and Human Torch, Spider-Man, you know, you got Lobo. Crazy. And then, okay, as before, like the introduction of Robin, this is another Toys R Us exclusive replica. But basically, this is the comic that introduced Batgirl for the first time. So, again, not worth anything, but still kind of cool. I wanted to show off. And this comic right here, this is the comic that I was looking for, the individual comic. This is a copy or a replica of the Amazing Spider-Man, the Amazing Fantasy issue 15 back in 1962. This is the comic that first introduced Spider-Man. And Spider-Man is absolutely my favorite superhero of all times, without a doubt. Even before He-Man and all that stuff. But this is my favorite comic. I do have it in plastic wrap. Even though it's not worth anything, I do keep it protected. But this is the comic I was looking for. And just amazing. If you guys have a chance to read this comic at all, please read it. Again, this is just a simple replica of the comic, but still pretty cool. And then as you can see, this is another Amazing Fantasy. Basically, it's, you know, just kind of like a reboot of the Amazing Fantasy series that this was. But, you know, it's just updated with, you know, new characters. Obviously, you don't have Spider-Man. You kind of have, like, this Spider-Girl. But, again, it's just a revision, reboot, re-update, whatever. Not really interesting, but still kind of cool just because it has the Amazing Fantasy title to it. And then this right here, again, this is another reprint, not the original comic, but this is, you know, the origin of Captain America. I know a lot of people love Captain America. I have a friend that loves Captain America, but I figured that would be just kind of cool to show off. And then this right here, this is my only Witchblade comic. You know, nothing special. This is like issue 40 of Witchblade, but again, it's my only Witchblade comic. And then right here, again, this is a revisioning of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles back in 2004, maybe. But in this one, they actually went back to the old black and white style, you know, where they were really violent, really crazy. But the Ninja Turtles were just simply awesome. I can't say anything bad about the Ninja Turtles, except for maybe when they were like rock and roll stars. But yeah, the Ninja Turtles, very awesome. But there you have it. There is my entire comic book collection. I don't know what that is. But again, that is my entire comic book collection with the graphic novels, all my individual comics. So, with that, I'm just going to say I'm Quick Freeze from Quick Freeze's Game Room, and I'm here to bring gamers together and comic book fans, one game or comic book at a time. I hope you guys enjoyed.